The Gatorade Cup Series heads to the Brickyard in Speedway, Indiana for the running of the Brickyard 400, the last of the crown jewel race of the Gatorade Cup Series season number 9. And it is a Penske-filled front row here today as Luke Rain claims the pole position. Whose outside teammate Adam McDowell will start this race in the second position. Then behind them in third, Anthony Hernandez comes in second in points, wants the points lead back. Who's outside in fourth is a Penske-affiliated car, Tyler Fick at the 21, and Carter Friesen rounds at the top 5 in the 43 car. Who's outside in sixth is Steven Taylor. Seventh place is Eli Bright, Colton Yo in eighth. Ninth we have Vince Vinta, rounding out the top 10 is Jonathan Buford in the 62. As we look at the rest of the field, there's Wyatt Walker, 3 wins this season, including the All-Star win as well. He starts 12th. Daniel Lloyd, who's inside, starts 11th. Then there's Matt Godin and Sebastian Kukalan. Behind them, Levi Shones and Oliver Galloway. Then there's Carter Joey and William Bullen. Behind them, Jonathan Rains and Derek Hamill. And we have Anton Charbois and Mathis Wells. Behind them, Marshall Burrow and his teammate Matt Oskin comes in as the points leader into the Brickyard 400. Behind them, it's Jeff Wright with Joe Jefferson, who is outside. Then we have Riley Sampson and Trey Rainey. Behind them, Jake Galloway and Mitchell Collins. Then there's Al Lagasse and Derek Bouchard. Behind them, Nathan Ormond and Roman Fenway, with Max Anderson and Trey Wright, Alexander Rowe and Alex Fletcher, Jay Jefferson and TJ Hanley. And the final row has Griffin Lynn and champion Ko Luigi. So 2 champions on the last row. Here starting 41st and 42nd for the Season 9 Brickyard 400 in the Gatorade Cup Series. Let's go on track time, fire the engines up as we go racing at the Brickyard.
Drivers, start your engines!
Fired up.
42 Gatorade Cup Series engines come to life here in Speedway, Indiana for the Brickyard 400. The Penske teammates will lead the field to the green flag here in the Season 9 Gatorade Cup Series Brickyard 400. The Penske Racing showing speed in qualifying, put 2 of their cars on the front row, and a Penske affiliated car put him in the 4th position, Tyler Fink. 2 Fender Motorsports drivers start inside the top 10, with Anthony Hernandez qualifying 3rd and Eli Bright, his teammate, qualifying in the 7th position. So which team will reign supreme here in the Brickyard? 24 laps, crown jewel racing in the Gatorade Cup Series. Luke Rainey, Adam McDowell, Anthony Hernandez, Tyler Fink, Carter Friesen. The top 5 with Steven Taylor, Eli Bright, Colton Yo, along with Vince Vinta and Jonathan B for the top 10 starters for the Brickyard 400. Down the front stretch, a canyon of grandstands. Luke Rainey, Adam McDowell to the green flag. We're racing at the Brickyard. Down this long front straightaway at full speed for the first time. Luke Rainey for the pole leads lap 1, but is quickly challenged to the inside comes Anthony Hernandez. The 48 starts 3rd for the lead on lap 2. He'll take it. Hernandez through to the front off turn 1. 48 car to the lead. Behind him, here comes his teammate Eli Bright, but Bright shovels up the racetrack. Looks 3 wide down the backstretch as Vince Vinta makes a move to the 95. Can they sort out by the time they get to turn 3 is the question. 3 wide's going to be breaking point. Oh, they're going to try. Let's see if they can get it done. 3 wide. At the second position, 3 wide off turn 3. And the wall goes Eli Bright. Luke Rainey as well. Saves his car up the racetrack. Steven Taylor, Carter Friesen collected. Think there's Taylor to try to check up behind. Some make contact. Some fly through. Some get damaged. Some get away at our first yellow flag of the race. Hanley as well is involved. And it is second to points. Hernandez leading them back. It happened early on. Lap number 2. They went 3 wide for a second. That was never going to work out well. Carter Friesen's chase chance of just taking a big hit, along with Steven Taylor and TJ Hanley. There's William Bullen. Ormond has damage to the 24. He was trying to make the chase. Same with Hanley. Fink, the 21, also trying to make the chase. He's involved. There's Trey Wright. I see Max Anderson damaged. Luke Rain, we saw the 2 be like the first one to go around, so he definitely has some damage on his car. Where is Luke even at this point? He's still up inside the top 5. He's 5th right now, but has damage to both ends of that race car. It'll be interesting to see if he comes down the pit road or stays out trying to just keep it out there and keep his car up to pace. So So our first yellow flag of the race comes out lap number 2. As they went 3 wide for a second, that was a breaking point for sure. Off turn 3, they made contact into the wall hard for a few drivers, and Luke Ray is one of them involved. Caution is out. Let's see what happened the first time today in the Brickyard 400. What happened right here is Eli Bright got a little tight off turn number 2, had to lift a little, and Vinta saw that door open and took the position down low. They go 3 wide for a second. They just squeeze together off the corner. There was never going to be enough room. 95 into the 88, into the 2. They spin down to Friesen. Kukulan, Lloyd keeps his foot in it. Kukulan does have some damage. Shones goes through the middle. Fink gets clipped right there. Steven Taylor, Bull in the 43 hits. Look at Marshall Burrow, missed that. That could be big for his chase chances. White Walker gets rendered by Matt Godden, his teammate. Nathan Orman. Look at Cole Luigi. All the spots the 42 gained. He's a previous winner here at Indianapolis, and he just gained a whole load of positions due to this crash. He has an upward camera. We'll have to look at that. And just this 3 wide. They're making contact. If they could have gotten sorted out, it would have been fine. But right there, there's not enough room into each other. McDowell does a great job missing the wreck as well. Marshall Burrow did a great job through the middle, but look at Trey Rainey all there. Nathan Orman got some pretty big damage on the 24. In fact, he got more than what we saw. It looks like Eli tried to get down pit road. Trey Wright hit him, and the Eli actually flipped. So the 88 went for a tumble down into pit road. So how about that? We didn't see that the first time. But Eli Bright takes a tumble at the Brickyard. And he was also another trying to make the chase. So Eli, TJ, Fink. I mean, a lot of these drivers involved were drivers that have their chase hopes on the line in these final 2 races before the chase. And then they get involved. Look at Luigi, the 42. I mean, he's lucky he didn't hit anyone. He did a great job, but he is very lucky that he did not plow into someone and end his race along with many others. There's the flip right there for Eli. Luckily, it comes back down on all 4s. But let's go on board with the driver who missed this crash at the start-finish line last lap. He was last. At the start-finish line to take the yellow flag, he was 10th. That's the Season 5 Brickyard 400 champion getting right through that, getting by without any damage. Great job by Cole Luigi there to miss it. TJ Henley Daytona 500 champion is involved, and his chase hopes have just taken a big hit. For TJ, he was checking up. He got hit from behind. Nothing he could have done there to try and miss that. One more on board. Our pole sitter, Luke Ray, has heavy damage to both sides of the car. How will it perform is the question. He kept it going straight by a costly price. Both sides of that race car all torn up. The driver that won the pole is going to have damage to restart this race in the 5th position. Meanwhile, second in points, Anthony Nez started this race 3rd. He ends up leading on lap 2 and leads them at the caution flag, racking up some bonus points here for leading laps. Anthony Nez out front the 48 car for our first restart of the day. Coming back green, lap number 7 for the 48, and the rest of the field, Anthony Nez out in front for the restart. As cars out from their crash are Carter Friesen, Eli Bright, and Steven Taylor. William Bones lap down the 39th position. We have 38 cars on the lead lap. Currently 39 are on the racetrack running. It's Anthony Nez, the 48, with the race lead here in the Brickyard 400 early on. Behind him in 2nd, it's Vince Vinta. 3rd is Danny Lloyd. 4th is Adam McDowell. 5th is Levi Shones, with 6th place being Jonathan Rain. 7th, Marshall Burrow. 8th, Cole Luigi. Anthony Charles on 9th, and Jeff Brad up to 10th. You may notice 2 figures missing at the front of the field. They are Luke Ray and Special Kukulon, both of which came down the pit lane to repair some damage. And that was a smart move by both of them. They didn't want to restart middle of the pack with some damage. Kukulon will restart 35th. Luke Rainey 32nd. I would say about 31st on down, came down the pit lane for some damage repairs. It'll be interesting to see if their cars are 100%. Vince Vinta, Anthony Nez get away. They jump in 1 and 2. Wow, Vinta stayed right with that 48, right in the bumper into turn 1. Basically pushing them. Lloyd getting the draft back now to catch back up. The car is slow there. They come off turn 1. And down the backstretch. Vinta and the rest of the field in a single file train. Luke Ryan, I'm trying to see, I think that's William Bowen, who's very slow on the outside of the 3 car, trying to move out of the way for these drivers. Vince Vinta blocks Danny Lloyd to get to the race lead. The 95 car at the block and the 19, he'll move to the front into turn 4. Vince Vinta clears the lead. Danny Lloyd as well is clear in 2nd. Adam McDowell coming back, he starts the race 2nd. Back up to 3rd for the 22 as Levi Jones is pusher. Now the 22 gets up in line, can the 92 get the push from the 4 to get beneath for 3rd? He is down there. Levi Shones for 3rd. Meanwhile, the front two stay clear. McDowell, though, fights back to get back clear Shones. Now Lloyd has a run for the lead. Jonathan Rains to 5th. Cole Louis up to 6th in the 42 car. Here they come down the backstretch. Lloyd had a run. Had to lift a little. Lost some time. Lost some ground. Zach McDowell go around the top side. Has a run. Levi Jones takes it to the inside of the 22. Down low for the 92 for 3rd. He's pushing Danny Lloyd. They clear that 22 right there. 92 through to 3rd. Try to get through to 2nd. Gonna try and get by Danny Lloyd as they come off turn 4. Down the front stretch. Side by side for the 2nd position. Levi Jones has Danny Lloyd to his outside. Jonathan Rains behind him. And now Cole Louis under fire from Anton Charles, the 96 to the bottom with help from Jeff Brett in the 9. So Jones is clear in 2nd. Can he try and get to Vince and get by him? Here comes Jonathan Rains, the 4. Anton Charles, the 96. This is a big race for him as well. 2 victories on the season. He needs to be top 20 in points. If he can keep it top 20 points, he will be good for a wild card spot. Currently, right now, he needs a good day, though. He's just on the edge of being inside the top 20. All right, now running inside the top 5 in Indianapolis. Looks like a pretty good day so far for the driver of the 96, Anton Charles. But we still have more than half the race left. A lot can change. How about Jeff Bright up to 5th? Colson Yo, 6th. Trey Rainey, 7th. Derek Hamill, 8th. Burrow, 9th. Matt Godden coming forward in the 41 to 10th. Anton Charles was not letting that 4 stay in 3rd. He got to the back bumper of him. Looks now to the inside. He'll grab 3rd away easily off turn 1. Great run there for the 96. He's through to the 3rd position. Colton up to 4th in the 99. Jones looks for the lead on Vince Vintage down the backstretch. Didn't have the run to make it work, though. But he is there. He's right on the back of that 95. If Vintage gets a little tight for any reason, goes up the racetrack, Levi Jones can take advantage. How about Trey Rainey breaking his way inside the top 5 to 5th for the 51. Derek Hamilton 6th in the 32. There's Colton the 99 trying to push Anton Charles to get to the front 2 and make a run at them. But now Yo takes to the bottom lane. The 99 wants 3rd place for himself. Down this long front stretch. Vince Vincent continues to lead in the 95. Levi Jones, the 92, just with them. And for Jones, he needs help. He needs the draft from behind to be able to help him forward. Right now, he has no one behind him to push him up to the back of that 95 and make a move on him. Down the backstretch again, right in the back of the 95, but doesn't have the run. He doesn't have the push to make that work. He needs someone behind him, like that 96, who is coming up. Anton Charles is clear, so he should be able to latch onto these front 2, get in their draft, and gain on them. See, Jones looks a little better right now. The 92 looks a little better through the corners. However, just now he doesn't have the push to get by. The 95 needs someone to help him. You cannot get by someone by yourself here. Down the front straightaway. Vince Vintage continues to lead in the 95. Levi Jones the 1 in 2nd. Anton Charles to 3rd. Derek Hamill trying to keep 4th. As here comes Jonathan Rains coming back in the 4 car. The front of the field really spread out. Anton Charles not really gaining like he should be. Like he's in the draft, you'd think he'd be gaining. However, these front 2, they're drafting off each other so well, they're staying in line. And Anton Charles is not closing in at all. The battle back here, Mathis Wells under attack from his teammate Danny Lloyd, who has his teammate Jake Gowey just behind. So that's 3 JGR cars right now running at the front of the field, trying to get their way inside the top 10 and move forward inside the top 5. So right now, Joe Gibbs Racing, the 18, the 19, the 11, they're all lined up working together at this moment. And their other teammate Derek Richard not too far behind. So the Toyotas of JGR starting to come forward here at the midway point of this race as we have 12 laps to go and 12 laps complete in the Brickyard 400. Leading it is Vince Vinta. Here comes Wells to the inside of the 18. Danny Lloyd goes high. Here comes Jake Gowey, the 11, to help his teammate Mathis Wells out. Wells through to 5th. Gowey for 6th. As looking for 3rd. Derek Kimmel, the 32, takes to the inside of the 96. And Charles. They go side by side. Wells in the 18 down low to help that 32 out. He'll push Hamill through. Move Hamill to 3rd. Wells will now get to 4th. Here comes Jake Galloway. And now the 18 can move his way to 3rd. Brings the 11 with them. The 11 to Jake Galloway will get to 4th. And here comes Danny Lloyd back down the inside lane. Can JGR be 3rd through 5th here at the front of the field? But they're trying to chase down Vinta and Levi Jones, who are clear 1st and 2nd at the front of the field. These guys keep down behind. It's really hard for anyone to gain on the front 2. Look at that squeeze right there. The 18-11 almost made contact. Wells trying to get that from his teammate. Jake Galloway having none of that. The 11 trying to make the chase for himself. He has a win. He wants a wild card spot. And I saw lap traffic looming large. It's William Bull and Nathan Orton both severely off the pace, only going about 180. These drivers over 200 miles an hour off in turn number 3. They will catch. The question is, when do they catch? Where do they catch? Wells, the 18, keeping 3rd for now. Jake Galloway moves to 4th past teammate Danny Lloyd. Here comes John Speed for the 62. His chase helps ride on a win or great finishes here in the Gatorade Cup Series. He's making his way inside the top 10 as he'll move to 6th at the start-finish line, making Joe Gibbs Racing 3rd, 4th, and 5th with the 18, 11, 19. And here comes their other teammate, Derek Bouchard, trying to make it a 4-way JGR at the front of the field. Now these Toyotas, they're running down the front too. They're in the draft. They're lined up better than anyone has been today. They're running the front 2 down. The question is, how do William Bolin and Nathan Orman play into this? We'll have to see. Look at the run they have to Levi Shones. Can they give the help to the 92, or do they take it to the inside before they can help them? They have caught the front 2. Now the question is, can they stay here? Down the front straightaway. Here they come to the 3 and the 24. Who goes where? Who gets by? Under 10 to go. Danny Lloyd, Jake Galloway, they're in a blocking match. 11 to the inside for 3rd of Mathis Wells. Schultz for the lead in the short shoot of 1 and 2. Here he comes. He got down there. Jake Galloway trying to block his teammate Danny Lloyd. Schultz gonna get through the lead, but can they get by the lap cars of the 3 and the 24? Deadlock down the backstretch. Schultz trying to get by the 3, who's staying in line for now, staying in the middle of the racetrack. No one able to get around quite yet. Schultz to the inside will get by. Vinta held up. Dominant car of the day, falling backwards. Samet Oskin through in the bottom. Orman now holds up the bottom lane. Can Schultz get around the 24 before he gets caught? He does. Now Jake Galloway's going to be the unfortunate soul to be caught up top. Try and get down for the 9-9. No, he couldn't. Schultz gets away with the lead. Yo, the 9-9. Now can Schultz get away and just lead this race out right to the end? Galloway at the racetrack trying to get around the 24. Couldn't quite get done there. The inside moves around. It's going to be Colton Yo to 2nd. Alexi to 3rd. Samet Oskin now 4th with Vincent to back up to the top 5 in the 9-5. Bolin's blocking everyone. Back here, the 3's down the bottom lane now. Cole Luigi's halted. William Bolin can now find a way around. Look at Griffin Lynn, the 7. Some big points for him as well. He's trying to make the chase with 3 victories. Can Joe Jefferson get around his teammate? No, the 3 moves high. Now Cole Luigi will finally filter his way by, but cost some time there. And now Orman's holding up the... Oh, look out. That was close. Now Orman holds up the top side down the front stretch. But does he move down low is the question. John Speedford tried to fill a hole. Fill that vacated hole right there. Trying to get by the 24 Orman. He pushed him high. He'll get around. He's inside the top 10 currently. At the front of the field, it's Levi Shones, Vince Vinto 1st and 2nd like they have been all race, except opposite order. With Danny Lloyd at the 3rd, Colton Yo 4th, Samet Oskin looking to extend the point lead in 5th, with Alexi now 6th. Vinta for the lead, he's been dominant all day. Lloyd looks 3 wide, the 19, can he make it work? Oh, gets in line. So now Vince Vinta back up front, he's been dominant here today. Does he hold off the challenge behind? We're gonna find out. Down the long front straightaway. 24 to 3 still holding drivers up. That's back in the pack. 6 to go at the Brickyard. Vince Vinta, Danny Lloyd, Colton Yell the first 3. Now Samet Oskin and Alex, they moved their way into the top 5. Levi Shones back to 6th. Jake Galloway is 7th. 8th is Derek Bouchard. 9th is Mathis Wells. John Speedford, Griffin Lynn, Cole Luigi, and McDowell are the top 13 with Anthony Reyes in 14th. How about that for Joe Gibbs Racing though? All their drivers are inside the top 10 currently with Danny Lloyd 2nd, Jake Galloway 7th, Mathis Wells and Derek Bouchard 9th and 8th. That is outstanding right now what Joe Gibbs Racing has done here today. And Lloyd is looking for the lead. He's pressuring Vince Vinti, just cannot get by him quite yet. Now, Trey Wright is the next lap car they will have to negotiate around. Are they able to? Does someone make the move and put someone in the way of the lap car? 5 to go. Yellow flag would end it here in Indy. Lloyd looking for the lead on Vince Vinti, who goes a little wide through the short chute. Lloyd gets to his core, but may have given him a bump. Now Lloyd trying to get around Trey Wright. Can Vinti get around the top side? No. Lloyd gets to the inside of the 19. He'll grab the top spot away with under 5 to go. And everyone goes with the inside. No one to the top side. Vince Vinti is halted. Now Derek Bouchard, Mathis Wells. Look at these drivers with huge runs. Gaining. Vinta back outside the top 5. He's going to make outside the top 10 shortly. Nowhere to go for the 95, caught behind Trey Wright. That's a tough break. The 95 has been dominant here today. And I think right now he's out of a position to win this race. Now can Samet Oskin extend the point to with a victory here in Indy. He's to 3rd, looking for a 2nd on Colton Yo, with just 4 laps of racing to go. Oskin inside. He'll grab 2nd away from Colton Yo. Levi Shones coming back to 92, who's led this race. Can he lead it at the end is the question. Shones to 4th, looking for 3rd on Colton Yo. More lap traffic ahead is now Max Anderson in the 12. Will they catch him is the question. Racing down the back stretch. Levi Shones keeps it beneath the 99. He'll move his way up to 3rd. Matt Oskin looking for the lead, pressuring Danny Lloyd, but now gets shuffled to the high side. Here comes Levi Shones to the bottom of the night 2. Shones wants his 11th Gatorade Cup Series victory, be the most all-time. Here he comes with a huge run from Derek Bouchard. Shones to the lead. Lloyd may have an issue. The 19's slow on the outside. What is wrong with Danny Lloyd? Holding the outside, now holding the inside. It allows about 3 cars to break away. Now the 19 moves high. Something must be wrong with Danny Lloyd's car. Yeah, it's like it just slowed on the front stretch. Something severely broke. Danny Lloyd slowed down the straightaways and now puts the 48 ahead of the 47. And Hernandez will now gain points on our points series to Matt Oskin. But who of the front 3 wins? Levi Shones, Derek Bouchard, 2 veterans of the Gatorade Cup Series, have multiple victories. Matt this Wells has never won a Gatorade Cup Series race. Is today the day when it's broken? We're going to find out here. Coming to 2 to go. 5 miles remain. Will the 18 stay with the 20, push him by the 92? No. Wells to the inside for a second. Mathis Wells doesn't help his teammate out. He'll move his way up to P2. But it's a good way to go and run down Levi Shones. But does Max Anderson halt the progress of our race leaders and allow someone else to try and close? Jonathan Buford's up to 4th, and Griffin Lynn wants his 4th win of the season. He's currently 5th. Some of these drivers are relying on these point situations right now in good positions. But here they come to the final corner to see the white flag. Ford, Toyota, Chevy, the front 4. Who wins? The Brickyard 400. Levi Shones will lead at the white flag. Who leads at the checker flag? Last lap in the Brickyard 400 for season 9. Now Max Anderson's ahead. The 12. Shones had a bad entry. Bad arc. He swings a little wide. Wells stays with them. Here they come to the inside of the 12. He blocks that off. They're gaining now down the backstretch. Shones trying to get around Max Anderson. Can Wells get around? Who wins? Back to the start-finish line. No one getting around the 12 quite yet. They're all there now. The final 2 corners of the day. Levi Shones, Mathis Wells, Jonathan Buford. Who gets the trophy and wins? Buford to the inside. The 12 still blocks the 92. Who wins it? Back to the checker flag. Jonathan Buford trying to steal down the inside. Here they come to the start-finish line. Shones and Buford deadlocked. Who got it? Who won the Brickyard 400? Give it to Levi Shones. 11th Gatorade Cup Series win. Is now the winningest driver in Gatorade Cup Series history. Levi Shones wins in a photo finish over Jonathan Buford. And that had to have been very, very close. They were both deadlocked behind the 12 of Max Anderson, both slowed, and Buford was a few hundred feet from winning the race. Levi Shones wins it by that much, and Anthony Hernandez finishes 3rd in the 48 car. We look at the margin of victory, 0.08 of a second is the margin, as Levi Shones scores his 11th Gatorade Cup Series victory to break the tie with Dan Bandon, and it ends in a photo finish. How about that for Levi Shones? Jonathan Buford got good points there. Hernandez may have gained the points lead back. Some of these drivers need great days. They had the great days. How does this affect the points is the question. Let's go see the finishing results of the Brickyard 400. Here are the finishing results from the Brickyard 400 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 1 caution flag happened early in the race for 4 laps, and 6 lead changes among 5 different drivers, as it's Levi Shones winning the race here today. 6 laps left for the 92 car, which Jonathan Buford 0.08 of a second back in second. He was so close to 100, maybe 100 more feet, he would have won the race. Anthony Hernandez gets back to the points with the 3rd place finisher today. Mathis Wells 4th, and Jake Galloway rounds out the top 5, with Derek Bouchard in 6th, Cole Luigi 7th, Griffin Lynn 8th, and McDowell 9th, and Vince Vinta dominated the race at 11 laps led for the 95 driver. He ends up 10th after falling back late. As we look at the top 20 finishing drivers, if Vince Vinta wasn't going to win the race, Levi Shones was probably the next best here today. Shones ran second most of the race, never really fell below the top 10. So for Levi Shones, it was a great day for him. Vince Vinta, a great day, ends with the top 10. And for Joe Gibbs Racing, they're probably the best team here today. At one point, all 4 of their drivers were battling inside the top 10. And in fact, they all probably would have finished inside the top 10 if not for the misfortunes of the 19 of Danny Lloyd, who fell there late in the race with an issue on his car. He falls to 27th, so it just shows it got worse. Because he was slow down the straightaways, I think it got worse over the next, so maybe he dropped a cylinder or something. That thing was just waiting to implode. But he ends up 27th. So for Danny Lloyd, all 4 JGR cars up inside the top 10 late in the race. The 19 then, with his mechanical issue, falls. Luke Rain from the pole, wrecked on lap 2. That was a tough break for the 2 driver. He would love to win a Gatorade Cup Series race this season. 36 cars on the lead lap, the rest of the drivers out or laps down. 25 races are done. It all comes down to the final race to make the chase, but first here are how the points look. Anthony Nash scores his 10th top 10 on the season to move him back into the points lead by 15 over Samet Oskin, who is second. Levi Schoen scores his second of the season, moves him up to third with Jonathan Rees in fourth and Riley Sampson fifth. Danny Lloyd sixth position. The top 5 in points pretty safe right now. I think they are safe to make the chase. Sixth is Danny Lloyd. Seventh is Carter Joey. Eighth, Carter Friesen. Wyatt Walker is ninth, and Roman Fenway holds the final spot inside the top 10. And as we look at the top 20, the 2 wildcard spots go to Jake Galloway and Antonin Charlebois. So for Galloway, he is the highest with a win from 11th to 20th, and Antonin Charlebois, 2 victories, but he's 20th on the points right now. And you can see just how close it is. Marshall Burrow needs 19 points to knock Roman Fenway out. And Wyatt Walker, he's a good ways up, but if he has a bad race at Hillside, if he falls below, he's taking that wildcard spot with 3 victories on the season. Derek Hamill's only 3 behind Burrow's only 19 out, so he's only 22 out. Jake Galloway could get inside the top 10. He's only 38 out. John Buford needs 45 to get up there. Derek Bouchard, but if Buford wins, does he knock Jake Galloway out? But then the big question is, how's Griffin Lynn going to do in this? He needs 15 points to get inside the top 20. If he gets those 15 points at Hillside, he's in the chase with 3 victories. And can TJ Hanley, what if he goes out and wins at Hillside and then breaks his way ahead of Antonin Charlebois? I mean, or what if the 7 breaks in but knocks the 96 out? Jake Galloway's still the wildcard spot. But what if the 7 breaks in, the 96 stays in, they're both getting 1? What if the 7 breaks in, the 96 stays in, and then the 23 wins the race and moves ahead of the 96? So, I mean, there's a lot that can still happen in terms of this chase. I have to believe that 22nd on up is going to be very, very close for that wildcard spot at this point in the season. As you look down right here, Cola with William Bull in the bottom 2 in points with Max Harrison. Jeff Bright also down here. Tough seasons for these drivers so far. And they're hoping once chase time comes around, they can just try and steal some victories from those chasers and spoil the chasers' party. As we look at race number 26, the last race to make the chase, we go to Hillside for the Mountain Dew Last Chance 400. I will see you guys then.